Alright, folks, this is the last lesson in this course number 1, foundation level 1. It's about variables and constants. Alright, let us go directly to see what is the difference between variables and constants. I should to give you this lesson in next course, but I was thinking to give you a little bit clue about variables and constant before we go in the next course, because next course it will be directly about syntax and simple things. You'll build a small programs and we solve a little bit problems and write a little bit algorithms. So we start to put our hands in programming using C++ language and its syntax and the programming generally. All right, it will be easy. Even next course, it's not hard at all. So let's go now and see what is the difference between variables and constants. All right, what are variables and constants? We will take two categories: variables, modifiable, and constants, fixed value. A variable, actually, you can take it as a box, right? That you have a box and you write on it, for example, this box red, and you just save inside it or store inside it the red colors, whatever, red fabric colors. If you are a tailor guy or if you are a painter, you can put, for example, inside this box red pens, all right, just for the red things, because this box, on it, you write on it red box. So you can imagine this box as a variable, and this variable will represent this box as a variable, and this variable, it's stored inside it things or value. It's modifiable, like you can change it and it's not immutable. But the constants, it's fixed value, we cannot change. Once you put the stuff inside this box, or for example, you have a drawer in your room and you want to put stuff in this drawer, for example, your wallet, your phone, your key, and you close it with the key and you take the key, throw it in the ocean. How you will open again the drawer? You cannot. So the constant, it's like this drawer that you cannot open it anymore because you lost the key or you throw it by yourself on the ocean. So you cannot take your wallet and your phone anymore. It's constant. So usually in this drawer, if you want to put some values or some things, we should to put some things that you will never change, that we know that you will not need it at all. Once we put it in that drawer, we will never change it. So that's the difference between variable and constant. The variable, it's modifiable, and the constants, it's fixed value, you cannot change it. All right, variables are containers for storing data values, data holders. As I said, it's like box or containers. You store inside it something, you save inside it some data or values. All right, they call it data holders also. Variables are used to store data, which is value. Storing information or data is useful when you want to reuse that information, data, many times, or use it at different time while running a program. For example, I want to check or double check the user or the client according to his age or his name. So a lot of times when you go to open application or website, or the application like give you or show you windows or text box, we call it, and insert your email or your age or your phone number, and if it's correct, it passes you, or the form or the application passes you to inside the application or the website. So these things we use for it variables, because we could use it and call it in the program many times. First, I let you, before you get in, put your email and username. You get inside the application, you do whatever you want. For example, let's say a bank application, so you check your account, and when you want to go also in something sensitive, for example, to change the password of your account, of the bank account application, you need to double check to me your age, for example, your name and your ID number and these things. So this age number and your name and this, I didn't use it one in the program, I use it many times, I called it many times. For that, we use the variable to store the information and data, to reuse it in the program in different times while running a program, while the program is on and running. All right, so this is the variable, or the storing information inside it. So constants are containers for storing data values, but they are read-only. Constants, actually, they are variable also. Constants, they are also variable, but you cannot change it. You cannot change it. Once you assign it, once you assign the value and you write before it word called const, you cannot change it unless in different way that we'll take it in next course. All right, now let us just understand and know the difference between variable and constants. So as we said here, constants are containers for storing data values, but they are read only. Constants are variables, as I said, whose values cannot be changed once they are initialized. Cannot be changed once they are initialized. They are used to store values that remain the same throughout the execution of a program, helping to prevent accidental modification. As we said, constant is a variable, but you cannot change it. So constants are variables, but they are immutable, unchangeable, or unchangeable after initialization. So constants are variable. You should put it in your mind that constants are same variable, but you cannot change them because they read only. All right, so a variable, what is the definition, for example, of variable? We will say a variable, a storage location that can change during program execution. A constant, a storage location that cannot change once assigned a value. All right, we will take now another examples in this lesson to understand more what is the difference between variable and constant. We'll take like a real example about these two things. So first, before we go and take examples, we have data types, something we call the data types. In case you heard about it, you not heard about it, we have a lot of data types. So today we'll take just 3 data types. For this lesson, we need just 3 data types. All right, the data types here, we have numbers. Numbers, we have 2 types for numbers, integers and float. There is double, there is another things, but now we will take the integer and float. Integer, it's a clear number, just 10 or 20 or 30. Floats, it's with fractions like 5.3, 4.6. This is floats. All right, and the second data type, we have a string. A string, you can store inside the string, for example, text, name, sentence, whatever. And we have a boolean. Boolean, it's true or false, 0 or 1 boolean. All right, so let's go now see what is a variable. All right, I open, for example, my Visual Studio. The idea is that I want to build my application on it, or the program, and I write this one line of code or instructions. We said code, the instruction, we call them code. What I write, I first put the data type, because the age, it's about data type. All right, it's sorry, the age is about a clear number, it's about integer number. So I will put the data type, the kind of this value, the kind of this value or the type, it's integer. So I'll put int. Of course, we'll practice on it in next course so much, and just now to let you understand the difference between variable and constant. So we will write int, and this age, it's the variable where is the value will be stored. It will be stored, this value, it will be stored at age. All right, to call it later, we'll not call it 45. We'll call the age. We call the age it will bring us 45. Whatever inside the age, the variable, which is the container, it will bring us. Now inside this age, we stored 45. It's important also to name the variables according to the things that you want to store it inside it. For example, if you want to store name, if you want to write here name instead of 45, I will name the variable name. If I want to store age, it's usually a number, so I will write the value, the variable according to the value that I will use it later to be meaningful variables. Don't write, for example, some developers, integer x equal 45 and integer n, and he write his name or the name of the customer or the person that he want to use it in the program. No, name the variables with meaningful names. Also, these things we will take it in next course. We will explain it more and more precisely than now. So I put integer and I name the variable. This is the variable age and equal 45. So I assign this value 45 inside the age. All right, and where it's gone, this line of code, all of it, where it's go? It's go directly to book some place in the RAM. We should know what is RAM already, because also we explained it in this course in the previous lessons. RAM, it stands for random access memory. So once I write this instruction, it's go to the RAM. Can be go take it to the RAM, book space or place in this RAM for it randomly, all right? And we call this place memory cell. We call this place memory cell. A memory cell, what it's hold? Memory cell, it's hold the name of the variable, which is age, and it's hold the value of the variable, which is 45, and also it hold something else. It's called address. What is the address? Address is the memory location of this memory cell. In case we want to change the value of this variable, we want to change the 45 of this variable that's called age, we change it according to the memory location. If you want to change it later, not now, we want to change later, we'll get back, the computer will get back, the application will get back to the address of this memory cell, which is the memory location. It will change it according to the address to not make mistakes between variable and variable. For that, every memory cell has different address or memory location. So now if I want to change the value of 45 or the value of the age, what I will do, first the age we called it identifier, the variable also we called it identifier, and 45 we called it value, already talk about it so much. And the integer, as we said, its type, it's from data type, right? We take from, in the previous slide, 3 data types: integer, string, and boolean. This is one of them. Integer, it's data type, so integer, it's type, all right? Now if I want to change the value of this 45, what I will do, I will assign it like this: age equal age plus 2. It's work like this? Yeah, it's work like this, because we say the variable is changeable, it's not constant. So I can't change the value of this variable because it's changeable, all right? Modification, I can modify on it. And or I will say age equal 45 plus 2, unless that I will use the variable name age plus 2, or I will use the value itself 45 plus 2. And after that, the computer or the application, it will go, or the program, it will go to the memory cell, it will erase 45, and it will assign to the age variable the new value, which is 47 now. How assign the new value 47? The program do all of these things according to the address or to the memory location. You go to the same memory cell because the program know, or it has the address or the memory location for this memory cell. So it's go to a memory cell, erase 45, assign new value, which is 47, and after that you have new value for this variable that is called age, all right? And now let us take constants. What is the constants? It's easy, it's same, it just has a like small difference. All right, as we said in the previous slide, this is a float. Float also, it's kind of data type like integer, and this is the RAM, and this is the memory cell that we said it's hold the name, which is the variable name, the value, which is this value here 3.4, and the address also. This, all these 3 things, it's stored in something called memory cell, that it's booked in the RAM after we write this line of instructions, and the address is memory location, all right? What this by equal 3.14? We have something in math word, we have something called by, and always this by, always its value 3.14. In what we use by? Usually the engineers, they use the by in measuring the spaces in the streets or something like this. So the by, its value always 3.14, and there is some numbers after 14. There is another numbers also, like it's not just 3.14, it's 3.14, 5, 6, 7, something like this, like a big fraction. But now we'll take it as 3.14. So this by value always never change, always is like this. The by value always is 3.14. Why it will never change, and we don't want any developer play with it or do any mistakes, I will do const before the data type. Now when I did const, I write it like this: const float by equal 3.14. Why float, not integer? Because float, it's for the fraction number, and here the by value, it has fraction 3.14, not just 3. It's not integer, it's float. It's with function, number with function. For that, we use float data type. So to close it, to not let anybody play with this line of instruction or line of code, we did const float by equal 3.14, so this value never changed. After I write this line of code, it's go to the RAM, it's book place, and we called it memory cell. It saved for me the name of the variable, it's by, and the value is 3.14, and it's give me different address memory location. And this float, we called it identifier, and the by, we called it identifier, the variable, we called it also identifier, and the value it's 3.14. And in case I want to change the value of the by after I did const here, do you think can I change it? Let us see together. Let me say that I will assign the by new value, by equal by plus 2, which means I wanted 5.14. The program, it will give me error. And we will explain these errors, how to read them, how to solve them in the next courses. Everything will come for it step by step. It's a cumulative learning in these courses, so stay tuned, stay relaxed, everything you know it with the time, step by step in all these courses. You'll never finish unless that you are so much good, ready to the field, ready to the work, and you will be satisfied and happy. So now when I want to assign new value for the by, it's not work, it's give me error. The application of the program told me how you want to assign a new value to the by while in the beginning you did const. It's not work. I'm not stupid, right? I'm a computer, I know everything. Anyway, while you did const, you cannot change it, it will give you error, so the value it's fixed. For that, we said the difference between, in the beginning of the video, we said the difference between the variable and the constant, that they are both variable, but the constants are fixed value, you cannot change it. So now I'll give you performance tips. It's funny. If you want to drink a cup of coffee, all right, then what you will do, it's practical to drink in a small cup, right? Like this person, he's sitting enjoying, he has his small cup. But this guy, it's not practical to drink in a huge cup like this guy. Why? Because this guy, I think he was want to swim in the coffee, not just to drink the coffee. So it's practical to drink in small cup. Why I give you this two stupid example? You will know now. Just wait a little bit for me, please. Let's say if you have a 10 visitors, this is another example, also stupid, just for fun. Let's say if you, and it's also useful, like you will understand now why. Let's say if you have 10 visitors and you want to give them a cake, then it's practical to cut the cake in the kitchen, like my mom always did, and serve them in one place with the fit plate size to the piece of cake. For example, you will bring small plates, like not small, but fit size plates that it's fit the piece of the cake on it, and you give it to your visitors. But it's not practical, or instead you cut it in the kitchen and bring each piece separately in big plate. It's not practical to cut them in the kitchen and you put every small place in big place, as you see it here now in the picture, right? And you bring each plate separately to the visitors one by one. So you will, instead you just come one time. You will, if you have 10 visitors, you will go back and come again for or over 10 times, plus the coffee and the tea and the water and everything. So why I'm saying this? I'm saying this because I want to tell you to be a good developer and your application has high performance, not bad performance, and fast, and handle a lot of things, you should to not or don't waste your memory. You could be generous in anything in your life except in programming. You should focus about the memory. You should to watch your memory. For that, when I said in the previous lessons, you should to think good, ability to find solution. When I say thinking, analysis, and logic, you should upgrade your logic, you should upgrade your thinking and analysis, because these things what going to make you a good developer. You shouldn't just write a code and each code above each other and down of each other, and together you just found spaghetti in the end, as they said. It's not a code and not clean code, and you use a lot of memory. For example, age of human lives, usually they live from 100 to 150 years. So why you will, like maximum numbers, you need 150 if you live to this number. But there is some programming languages book for you according to the age, but a lot of programming language that you use it now around us nowadays, it's not book for you the specific number or specific space in the memory. They give you the space to do whatever you want as a developer. So there is some developers that didn't understand how to program. They didn't have analysis and thinking, and they not think before they write their code. They just write it as spaghetti, as I say. For that, instead, they book for you just space for 150 maximum for human lives. It'll go to book for you 4 billion something in the memory for just the age of the human of the variable. So the variable, it takes a big space in memory, and in the end it will store inside it just 3 digits or human lives ages. All right, so don't waste your memory. You can be generous in everything in your life, as I said, but not in programming. You should to focus about it so much to be a good developer. And in the next course we will practice a lot. We will start to put our hands in programming and algorithms and everything. You will like it so much, using C++ programming language for sure. And now we have a small homework. The homework is easy. Just to answer for me this question and put the answers down below in the comments. What is it? It will be what is variables and why do we need it? What is constants and why do we need it? What is memory cell? What is identifier? What is memory address? Which numbering system used in memory address? You should to know it, the numbering system that's in address. I didn't told you which one, but when you saw it, when you watched the lesson and you saw it, you should to told me which numbering system used in memory address. For example, hexadecimal, octal, binary, should to tell me what is this. Write in the comment the data types that we have them today in the lesson. What is string, what is float, what is integer, what is boolean. Are all the variables and constants have the same size? You should to say no. What happens when you use much large size than you need in variables? You should to know what's happened when you book a big space for just human ages. Can we modify a variable during the program? I hope that you know the answer. Can we modify a constant during the program? I think no. How to make a variable read only? You should to know. Where do the variables and constants get stored? You should to know also what is the difference between variables and constants. So I want you to answer these small questions, beautiful questions, and put the answers down below. And thank you guys for watching. This is the last lesson in this course, first course number 1, foundation level 1, and I'll see you in next course. Ciao.